Hello and good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Cedar Falls Boys Basketball from Prairie High School in Cedar Rapids. I'm David Warrington, excited to be filling in this week for Dave Finnegan. And tonight on Cruisin KCFI, we will have a varsity boys basketball matchup between the visiting Cedar Falls Tigers and the host Cedar Rapids Prairie Hawks. This will be a top 10 matchup as the Tigers are ranked 7th and the Hawks ranked 10th in the latest poll from the Associated Press. The Tigers come into this game ranked 7th in the state in Class 4A with a record of 4-1. Their one loss was a 60-48 decision in the home opener against Cedar Rapids Jefferson. Other than that stumble, they have looked dominant, winning all 4 of their other games by at least 18 points. The Hawks come into this game with a ranked 10th in Class 4A with a record of 6-1. Their one loss came earlier this season to Cedar Rapids Kennedy, 62-46. They have had some other close calls, including a 5-point win against Dubuque Hempstead in their last game before the holiday break, 66-61. We're going to take a quick break to hear from some of our great sponsors, and when we come back, we'll be taking a closer look at the two teams competing in tonight's game. Stay tuned. You're listening to the Cedar Falls Boys Basketball pregame show brought to you by L&M Transmission on Cruisin KCFI. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're here tonight at Cedar Rapids Prairie High School for a varsity matchup between the Cedar Falls Tigers and the Cedar Rapids Prairie Hawks. Boys basketball tonight. I'm David Warrington. Happy to be filling in for Dave Finnegan here on Cruisin KCFI this week. And during the pregame, we'll go ahead and take a closer look at the two teams competing tonight. First, your Cedar Falls Tigers are 4-1 so far this year. They're 1-1 in Mississippi Valley Conference play. And in the latest Associated Press poll, they were ranked 7th in Class 4A. A season ago, they went 20-1, going undefeated through the regular season, not taking a loss until they met Johnston in the 4A state semifinals, where they lost that one 64-51. It's been quite the pedigree of basketball success at Cedar Falls, as in 2018 and 2019, they went back-to-back as state champions and made the semifinals both 2020 and a year ago in 2021. Trey Campbell will lead the way for Cedar Falls. The senior averages 26.8 points per game alongside 6.2 rebounds and 3 assists. He shoots at 57% from the field, 35% from three-point range, and he's an 82% free throw shooter. He'll be helped out by junior Dallas Bear. He averages 14 and 8 per night, that being points and rebounds. He's also a good free throw shooter in his own right at 83%. Taking a look at Cedar Rapids Prairie. Prairie comes into this game with a record of 6-1 on the year. They are 1-1 in Mississippi Valley Conference play, and they were ranked 10th in the most recent Associated Press poll entering tonight's game. They had a bit of a down year a season ago, going 4-9 in the COVID-affected season, and they lost their final game of the year in the Class 4A Sub-State first round back on February 22nd of what is now last year, 2021, against Linn-Mar. 2-point game there, 53-51. The two leading scorers for Cedar Rapids Prairie are tied at 14.4 points per game. Jake Walter, a senior, averages those 14.4 points alongside 3.7 rebounds and 3.7 assists. He's a 41% shooter from the field, 39% from three, and he shoots at 77% from the free throw line. The other shooter at that 14.4 margin is Gabe Burkle, the big 6'7 senior, averages alongside that 14.4 points per game, 4.7 rebounds, while shooting 56% from the field, 50% from three. He's 1 of 2 from long range, and he's 73% from the free throw line. Burkle's also committed to be a Division I athlete next year, but that won't be on the basketball court, rather on the football field. He'll be taking his talent to Ames, Iowa, to play for the Iowa State Cyclones a year from now. Well, he will play tight end for the Cyclones football team. Not the only Division I athlete in this game, as Cedar Falls Trey Campbell, soon to be UNI's Trey Campbell, will be suiting up on the basketball court for the Panthers a year from now. He'll be staying home in Cedar Falls. An impressive athlete is Trey Campbell. He was recruited to play both basketball and football by the Panthers. An impressive athlete in both of those sports, ultimately chose to go with basketball. Quite the athlete. He'll be important for Cedar Falls here tonight. These teams met once a season ago. It was a dominating performance from the Cedar Falls Tigers. They hosted Prairie last year and won that one 84-48 back on January 5th of 2021. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll have keys to the game as well as starting lineups for tonight's matchup between the Prairie Hawks and your Cedar Falls Tigers. Stay tuned. You're listening to the L&M Transmission Cedar Falls Boys Basketball pregame show on Cruisin KCFI. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the L&M Transmission pregame show on Cruisin KCFI. I'm David Warrington. bringing you action between the Cedar Falls Tigers and the Cedar Rapids Prairie Hawks tonight for some varsity boys basketball. We'll take this opportunity to take a look at the starting lineups for tonight's game, sponsored by Bo Jorgensen at State Farm. First, for Cedar Falls, they are going to go with a 6'2 senior, Aaron Brost, 6'4 senior, Trey Campbell, 6'8 junior, Dallas Bear, 6'1 junior, Derek Woods, and a 6'7 sophomore, Cade Corbett. So some height in that lineup with Corbett and Bear. Bear 6'8, Corbett 6'7. Some experience, Brost and Campbell, both seniors, Bear and Woods juniors, and then Corbett rounding out the unit as a sophomore. Trey Campbell leads the scoring attack for Cedar Falls at 26.8 points per game. He also shoots a team high 57% from the field and close to a team high 82% from the line. Aaron Brost averages 7 points per game. He shoots at 38% from three. That leads the team, and he has not missed a free throw yet this year, albeit a small sample size. He is 2 for 2. Dallas Bear, the 6'8 junior, averages 14 and 8. Those 8 rebounds lead Cedar Falls. He also averages what is tied for a team high 3 assists per game. He shoots at 83% from the free throw line. That is the team lead, excluding the kids that have hit 100% of 2 free throws. Derek Woods, the 6'1 junior, starting tonight for Cedar Falls. And then alongside him will be Cade Corbett, the 6'7 sophomore, averages 8.4 points per game. His third leading scorer for Cedar Falls and shoots at 47% from the field, 48% from three, and 81% from the line. Well-rounded player there for Cedar Falls is Cade Corbett. Also pulls down 6 rebounds a night. Taking a look at Cedar Rapids Prairie, they're going to go with a 6'5 sophomore, Reed Burkle, 5'11 senior, Jake Walter, 6'2 junior, Jack Wagemester, 6'2 senior, Elijah Ward, and a 6'7 senior, Gabe Burkle. So some serious size with the 2 Burkle brothers, I'm assuming brothers anyways. 6'5 for Reed, the sophomore, and 6'7 for Gabe, the senior. And then 6'2", 6'2", and 5'11 to round out that starting unit for the Hawks of Cedar Rapids Prairie. Reed Burkle averages 5.4 points per night, shoots at 53% from the field and 33% from three-point range, averages 6.9 rebounds a night and 2.1 steals, 1.6 blocks as well. Both of those numbers, the steals and blocks, lead the team. Jake Walter averages a team-high 14.4 points per game while shooting at 40% from the field and 38% from three, also 77% from the free throw line. He pulls down 3.7 rebounds and 3.7 assists per night as well. Jack Wagemester is the 4th leading scorer for these Hawks. He averages 7.4 a night, does the junior, shooting at 37% from the field and 42% from three, as well as 81% from the line. Not a kid you want to send to the line all that often. Averages 3 rebounds per night as well and 2 assists. Elijah Ward, a 6'2 senior, pulls down 6.1 rebounds per night. That's a pretty good number there. I believe second on the team. Also scores 11.7 points per game, 40% from the field, 27% from three. It's not a huge threat from out there. But don't foul him because he shoots at 85% from the charity stripe. And then rounding out that lineup is the 6'7 senior Gabe Burkle, the Iowa State football commit. He will play tight end in Ames next year. He averages 14.4 per game to share the team lead in scoring. Shoots at 55% from the field, 50% from three. Both of those numbers lead the team. Also a 73% free throw shooter. Averages 4.7 rebounds per night and 1 assist as well as 1 block. So there are your starting lineups for tonight's game between the Hawks and the Tigers. Now taking a look at tonight's keys to the game, sponsored by Anderson Collision. For Cedar Falls, 2 main keys. First of all, three-point shooting. They have been an uncharacteristically poor three-point shooting team this year. They've made just 36 of their 126 three-point attempts, good for 28.6%. This Cedar Falls team, generally a team that knocks down three-pointers at a high clip, and they'll need to do so tonight to take down these Cedar Rapids Prairie Hawks. And then also, the second key to the game for Cedar Falls will be rebounding. This Cedar Rapids Prairie team has some big size on it, especially with the 6'7 Gabe Burkle, 6'7 with some serious muscle as well. So they'll have to make sure they're finding a body and boxing out against this Cedar Rapids Prairie team. About to introduce the starting lineups here in Cedar Rapids. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have an opening tip here from Cedar Rapids. Stay tuned. You're listening to Cedar Falls Boys Basketball on Cruisin' KCFI. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. About set for our tip-off, sponsored by First Bank, as the Hawks and the Tigers are set to go here from Cedar Rapids. Opening tip up in the air. It's going to be tipped out of bounds. No, saved by Trey Campbell. Cedar Falls will have it first as they're working left to right, wearing their visiting reds. Campbell over to Woods, top of the key. Into the corner now to Campbell. Uses a screen from Corbett. Burkle comes. Campbell looking to get downhill, makes a jump stop, puts it up. It's going to roll around the rim, no good. Tipped out of bounds. It's going to be off of Prairie, so it'll stay with Cedar Falls. Prairie wearing their home whites with the black and orange trim and working right to left as Trey Campbell will throw it in under the basket for Cedar Falls. Inbounds pass is going to go to Bros, top of the key. He's guarded by Walter. Picks up his dribble now, hands it over to Corbett on the left wing. Gabe Burkle's guarding him out there. Swings it over to Bear, right wing, dribbling to his left, looking to get downhill. Now gives it to Woods, top of the key. Hard take by Woods. Spin around move, puts it up. It's going to be no good, but he was fouled. And Derek Woods will go to the free throw line to shoot a pair for Cedar Falls. That'll be the first team foul called against Cedar Rapids Prairie. It will go against Jack Wagamester. That'll be the first foul of the night for either side. Wagamester's first. It was on the floor, so they actually throw it into Woods on the right wing. Looking to get downhill again. Backs into Wagamester. Fadeaway jumper is going to be no good. Tipped up in the air by Campbell. And we've got a foul. I think they got Trey Campbell on that one, trying to get the rebound. That is the case. Trey Campbell whistled for his first foul of the night. Team foul number 1 for the Tigers. It'll be Prairie basketball. Inbounds pass goes to Wagamester. He'll bring it up for Cedar Rapids Prairie. Gets it over to Walter on the right wing. Now back to Wagamester in the corner. Going downhill to Gabe Burkle. Swings it over to Walter. Three-pointer on the way is going to be no good. Offside of the rim. Offensive rebound picked up by Ward. As Walter looks to get downhill, over to Gabe Burkle. Going downhill, swings it over to Walter. Three-pointer on the way is going to be no good. Rebound secured by Corbett, and Cedar Falls will have it. We're scoreless here. 6:45 to go in the first. Campbell swings it over to Woods in the left corner. He'll think about it. Now takes the three. It's good as Derek Woods opens tonight's scoring with a three-pointer from the left corner. Cedar Falls leads it 3-0. Wagamester will bring it up for Cedar Rapids Prairie. Gives it over to Walter on the right wing. Top of the key to Burkle. Now Wagamester left wing. He's guarded by Woods. Swings it over to Walter at the top of the key. Guarded by Campbell standing at the volleyball line. Swings it over now to Ward in the right wing. Top of the key to Burkle. That's Reed Burkle. Sets a screen. Gives it over to Walter. His mid-range jumper is good as Jake Walter opens the scoring for Cedar Rapids Prairie. The Tigers lead this one 3-2. 6 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Corner to Woods now. Top of the key to Corbett. And he swings it over to Bros in the left wing. Top of the key to Bear. Bear, guarded by Reed Burkle. Swings it over to Campbell. Top of the key. Makes a nice move. Fakes the pull-up jumper. Now back to Bros in the right wing. Looking to get downhill. Pretty good defense being played by Prairie. Now gives it over to Bear. He has a right wing. Looking to attack the hoop. Jump stop. Fakes the shot. Now goes up with it. It's going to be no good off front of the rim. Rebound secured by the Hawks. That's Jack Wagamester. He'll bring it up for Cedar Rapids Prairie. Swings it over to Walter, right wing. It's stolen away by Trey Campbell, and he kicks it ahead to Bros. It's a one-on-one fast break. He goes up with it himself. It's good. Aaron Bros knocks in the bucket. His first of the night. 5-2 advantage for Cedar Falls. 5:20 to go in the opening quarter. Into the right wing now to Walter. Now it's over to Wagamester, left wing. Uses a screen from Burkle. Swings it over to Ward, right wing. Uses a screen from the other Burkle. That'll be Gabe. Setting the pick. Wagamester, three-pointer on the way is good as Jack Wagamester knocks down the long ball. We're all tied up 5 apiece. Trey Campbell hands it off to Woods. Top of the key to Bear. Now left wing to Brost. Corbett has it top of the key. Now swings it over to Campbell on the right wing. Telling everybody to clear out. He wants one-on-one matchup right here. He's going to take it. Nice spin move. Now kicks it into the corner to Brost. He's got a one-on-one matchup with everybody pretty much cleared out of the way. Looks like Cedar Falls trying to run a set. Brost loses his footing, but goes to get the pass over to to Corbett. He does give it to Campbell, and Trey Campbell gets the bucket to go. Trey Campbell gets his first bucket of the night. Cedar Falls reclaims the lead 7-5. Wagamester running the one for Cedar Rapids Prairie. Uses a screen from Burkle. Puts a runner up off the glass. No good. Burkle with the offensive rebound. It's no good, but they are going to get Corbett for a foul, as that'll be Cade Corbett's first foul of the night. Team foul number 2 against Cedar Falls. And Gabe Burkle will go to the line for a chance to shoot 2 free throws for Prairie. Burkle, a 77% free throw shooter. That one on the way is going to be no good. Too strong off back iron. He'll have one more. I've got some subs here for Cedar Falls. We've got Anthony Galvin checking into the game, as well as Jake Peters. For Cedar Rapids Prairie, entering for the first time tonight is Mikkel Taylor. Second free throw on the way from Burkle's good. He makes 1 of 2, and he will be replaced by Moses Each as the 6'3 senior will make his first appearance in tonight's game. 7-6 our score. Cedar Falls with the 1-point advantage. as Trey Campbell bringing up the floor for the Tigers, leading by 1. Swings it over to Brost in the left corner. Now right wing to Galvin, newly checked into the game. Top of the key to Campbell. He'll take a three-pointer. It's going to be no good off back iron. Rebounded by Bear. He secures the offensive rebound, fakes a three, uses the screen. Has the top of the key, looking to get downhill. Swings it over to Galvin. His three-pointer on the way. That's going to be no good off back iron as well. Rebound secured by Ward, and he'll bring it up for the Hawks. Top of the key to Walter. Swings it over to Taylor on the left wing, into the corner to Burkle. Taylor left wing again. Miscommunication as that pass is going to be just saved. Tipped out of the hands of Taylor. He has it now, top of the key. Now going to the left wing, swings it over to Walter, standing at the P logo at midcourt for Prairie. Looking to get downhill. His pass is tipped, but it does get there. Three-pointer from Ward on the way is going to be no good. Well off the mark, too long. Ball is loose. It's going to be out of bounds. They'll say last touched by Prairie. It was Moses Each trying to hustle after it and secure the ball. He couldn't get there, and it'll be Cedar Falls basketball as Everett Cook will check into the game for the first time tonight. 6'1" senior, seeing the floor with 3:23 to go in the first quarter. Bear inbounds it to Campbell, and Trey Campbell will run the one for Cedar Falls. 3:20 to go in the opening quarter. Campbell right wing, picks up his dribble, now down low to Bear, in and out of his hands. He tries to save it, but it's too late, as that'll be a turnover, and Cedar Rapids Prairie will take over. 7-6 our score, 1 point advantage for Cedar Falls in this tightly contested MVC matchup between the Hawks and the Tigers. Hawks have it now as it's going to be Burkle, top of the key. That's Reed Burkle, the 6'5" sophomore. Swings it over to Walter on the right wing. Uses a screen from Each. Looking to get downhill. Now swings it over to Burkle. Three-pointer on the way is going to be good as Reed Burkle knocks down the triple. His first bucket of the night, and that gives Cedar Rapids Prairie the lead, 9-7. Campbell bringing it up for Cedar Falls. Swings it over to Galvin. Galvin high post to Peters. Now Peters sets a screen for Brost. He'll take a three-pointer. It's going to be well off the mark. Air ball goes out of bounds. And it will be Prairie basketball, 2:35 to go in the opening quarter. 9-7 advantage for the Hawks. Both teams just one loss on the year. Both came in conference. Looking to avoid that happening tonight are both teams. As for the Hawks, is Taylor top of the key. Swings it over to Walter on the right wing. Now back to Cook. Cook attacking the hoop, picks up his dribble. Swings it over to Walter, uses a screen. Looking to get downhill. A little bit of miscommunication there as it's going to be a turnover. Carter Jewell entering the game for the first time for Cedar Falls. We've got Deontay Fliss checking in for Cedar Rapids Prairie, as well as Jack Wagamester re-entering the game. And Gabe Burkle also re-entering the game for the Hawks. 2 minutes to go in the opening quarter as Campbell brings it up and hands it off to Galvin. Galvin bounce pass to Bear, top of the key, guarded by Fliss. Now Peters top of the key. He gives it into the corner to Galvin. His pass is tipped. It's going to be stolen away by Taylor. Taylor running in the full court for the Hawks. He's picked up. Trey Campbell comes from behind, nearly gets it away, but does end up in the hands of Prairie. Taylor left wing, guarded by Campbell. Now top of the key to Wagamester. Wagamester uses a screen from Fliss. Pull-up jumper on the way from Jack. Wagamester is good. It's going to be Wagamester's second bucket of the night. His first two-pointer. Did hit a three-pointer earlier in the quarter. 11-7 advantage for Cedar Rapids Prairie. Top of the key to Peters now into the right wing to Galvin. Campbell has the top of the key, looking to attack the basket. Pull-up jumper on the way from Campbell is good as Trey Campbell gets the mid-range shot to go. Tigers back within two at 11-9. Left wing to Taylor now for Cedar Rapids Prairie. Now right wing to Wagamester. Uses a screen from Fliss. Thinks about a pull-up jumper. Top of the key to Taylor. Now it's going to be Cook, top of the key. Down low to Burkle. He'll go up strong. He's going to be fouled on the floor. So it was before the shot attempt. Will be the third team foul called against Cedar Falls. That will go against Trey Campbell. Trey Campbell. That's going to be his second. He might have to come out here, as that will be the case. He'll exit as well as Dallas Bear, as Cade Corbett and Derek Woods re-enter the ballgame for Cedar Falls. Under a minute to go in the opening quarter, 11-9 our score. Inbounds pass goes to Wagamester left wing. Dribbling it up now, top of the key to Cook. Dribbling to his right, hands it off to Taylor, looking to get downhill. Uses a nice screen, picks up his dribble. Back to Cook on the right wing. He picks up his dribble now. Tries to get it down low to Gabe Burkle, but it's going to be kicked out of bounds by Cedar Falls, so it will stay with the Hawks as it was off of the Tigers. 45 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Cedar Rapids Prairie has it underneath their own basket. 45 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Taylor's inbounds pass goes to Burkle down low. Takes a hard dribble, goes up, but it's going to be good as Gabe Burkle gets his first basket of the night to go. 13-9 lead for Prairie. Galvin brings it up for Cedar Falls, swings it over to Corbett, top of the key. He hands it off to Jewell. Now top of the key to Peters, swings it over to Woods, and now back to Galvin, top of the key. 25 seconds to go in the opening quarter as Corbett has it on the left wing. Attacking the downhill, puts it up, it's going to be no good, but he's going to be fouled as they will get Mikkel Taylor on the infraction there for Prairie. As it will be Cade Corbett going to the line to shoot two. First foul against Mikkel Taylor, and it's going to be team foul number 2 against Prairie. A sub will enter for both sides after this free throw from Corbett. Trying to get the Tigers back within a one-possession game. Can't get it there as it's no good. Checking into the game for Cedar Falls is Owen Denholm, the 5'11 senior, making his first appearance. He'll replace Anthony Galvin. Also had Jake Walter re-entering the game for Prairie. Corbett set to attempt his second of 2 free throws. That shot on the way from Corbett's no good. He misses both, but the offensive rebound is going to be picked up by Derek Woods. Now the Tigers have it back with 15 seconds to work. He gives it over to Peters. Top of the key now to Jewell. Jewell dribbling right. Picked up by Walter. Woods attacking the hoop. Thought about a spin-around jumper. 5 seconds. Jewell chucks up a three-pointer. No good. Rebounded by Burkle. Hands it off to Wagemester. He won't get his half-court heave off in time. As that'll bring us to the end of one quarter of basketball here from Cedar Rapids. Our score, Prairie 13, Cedar Falls 9. Stay tuned. You'll listen to Cedar Falls boys basketball on Cruisin' KCFI. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Second quarter just getting underway. Prairie leads at 13-9, and they'll have the ball first to begin our second quarter of play as Wagemester takes the inbounds pass, and they'll bring it up for the Hawks. He gives it over to Reed Burkle, top of the key. Swings it over to Wagemester. Thought about trying to get downhill. Now gives it over to Walter, top of the key. Uses a screen from Gabe Burkle as a poke loose, but gets it back. Now gives it over to Burkle on the left wing, top of the key, back to Walter. Walter trying to get downhill. Gets past the defender. Corbett's there to help. His high layup off the glass is going to be no good. Rebounded nearly by Woods. Tipped out of bounds by Walter. And Cedar Falls will take possession of the basketball. 7:34 remaining in our second quarter. Our score remains 13-9 as inbounds pass goes to Galvin. Still no Trey Campbell for Cedar Falls. Their do-it-all senior picked up his second foul there late in that first quarter and had to come out of the game as Dallas Bear takes a straight-on three-pointer. It's good as Dallas Bear knocks down a three. He's struggled from distance this season, but gets one to go there. It's 13-12. Tigers trail by just one. Walter has it right wing. He uses a screen from Burkle. Now he's double-teamed. Swings it over to Wagemester into the corner. That's Ward trying to get downhill. Picks up his dribble. He's double-teamed. Bear comes to do it. Now it's going to be tipped away from Burkle, picked up by Woods, and Cedar Falls will have the ball back, trailing by one. Woods brings it up for the Tigers, gives it over to Bear. Trying to get downhill, spins around. Nice move there by Bear. Swings it out to Bros, top of the key. Picks up his dribble again. Now gives it to Galvin on the left wing, guarded by Wagemester. 6:40 to go in the second quarter as Woods swings it to Galvin. Now back to Corbett, top of the key. He's guarded by Gabe Burkle. Three-pointer on the way now from Anthony Galvin's going to bounce around, no good. Rebound secured by Elijah Ward. And he kicks it ahead to Walter, who gives it back to Ward. Ward, guarded by Bro, swings it over to Walter on the right wing, guarded by Woods out there. As Campbell makes his way over to the scorer's table, he'll be back in here at the next dead ball. Wagemester has a left wing, uses a screen from Gabe Burkle. Now gives it to Burkle. He'll take a mid-range jumper. His shot's going to be good. Nice touch on that jumper from the big fella. 6'7" senior knocks down the shot. It's 15-12, 6 minutes to go in the second quarter. Prairie with a three-point lead. Woods has the ball over to Bear, top of the key. His pass is stolen away. That's Ward on the steal. He's going to lay it up and in as Elijah Ward enters the scoring column with his first bucket of the night. It's a 5-point advantage for Prairie. As Galvin brings it up, swings it over to Bear, top of the key for the Tigers. Cedar Falls with the basketball. Bear looking to get downhill, now swings it into the corner. That's Woods out there as he has it right wing. Top of the key to Galvin. Guarded by Wagemester, who pokes it loose, but Galvin gets it back. And we're going to have a timeout on the floor as Coach Ryan Schultz of Cedar Falls is going to call a 30-second timeout. So we'll stay right here, just a 30-second variety on this timeout. 5:24 remaining in the second quarter. Our score, Prairie 17, Cedar Falls 12. So a 5-point advantage for the Hawks, rather. Tigers trailing by 5. Trey Campbell will re-enter the game here after this timeout, as the senior had to leave late in that first quarter after picking up his second foul. He does have 4 points. Aaron Brost has 2. Derek Woods has 3, as does Dallas Bear, for the 12 points scored by Cedar Falls. For Prairie, Jack Wagemester has 5, Elijah Ward 2, as does Jake Walter. Reed Burkle has 3, and Gabe Burkle has 4. Cedar Falls basketball after the timeout. Trey Campbell back into the ball game for the Tigers as they'll throw it in front of the Prairie bench. 5:24 to go in the second quarter. They trail by 5. Inbounds pass goes to Campbell. He has it at the midcourt logo. Swings it high post to Corbett. Down low pass to Brost. Nice feed, but he can't finish at the rim. He is fouled, however. So Aaron Brost will go to the free throw line to shoot a pair of free throws for Cedar Falls. They're going to get the foul against Jake Walter. It's going to be Walter's first, team foul number 3. Both teams have 3 fouls here with 5:14 to go until the half. As the first free throw on the way from Brost is good. He's got 3 on the night, chance to make it 4 and bring it back to a 3-point game. Brost set to attempt his second free throw. That shot on the way is going to be good as well, so he makes both. He's got 4. 17-14 our score, as Prairie will bring it up. Wagemester running the 1, guarded by Campbell. Swings it over to Walter on the right wing. Denies the screen from Burkle. Now they get it down low to the big fella. It's tipped away and stolen by Trey Campbell. Dallas Bear got his hand on it first. Campbell's left open, top of the key for 3. It's going to be no good. Rattles around for a while and out. Offensive rebound by Corbett. His putback is no good, but he is fouled. And Corbett will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws for Cedar Falls. Chance to get it back to a 1-point game, as that foul will go against Reed Burkle. First foul against the 6'5 sophomore, as Cade Corbett will go to the line to shoot 2 for Cedar Falls. Corbett, an 81% free throw shooter on the year. First one on the way is going to be no good. Missed that one pretty badly. And still get a chance for one more. Mikkel Taylor re-entering the game for Prairie. He will replace Jack Wagemester. 17-14 our score. Just under 5 minutes to go in the opening half, as Corbett gets set to attempt his second free throw. Corbett's free throw on the way is going to be no good off back iron. He misses both. Rebound secured by Prairie. Ends up in the hands of Jake Walter, and the senior will bring it up for the Hawks. Swings it over to Ward in the left wing, top of the key to Burkle. Now Taylor has it. Uses a screen from Gabe Burkle. In trouble. Campbell with a good defense. Now swings it over to Walter, top of the key. Dribbling to his right. Picks up his dribble into the corner to Ward. Thinks about a pull-up jumper. Now down low to Gabe Burkle. Dribbling to his left. Picks it up. Gabe Burkle fakes the mid-range jumper. Attacking the hoop. He goes up with it. It's denied by Cade Corbett, but they're going to call a foul. They'll say he got him on the arm. Looked like a lot of ball there on the swat from Corbett. But it will be enough to draw the foul, as that'll be Corbett's second foul, so he might have to come out here, and that does appear to be the case, as Jake Peters heads over to the scorer's table. Gabe Burkle set to attempt his first free throw. It's good. He's got 5 on the night, as Corbett will exit with 2 fouls, replaced by the 6'3 sophomore Jake Peters. Burkle set to attempt his second of 2 free throws. That one on the way is going to be no good off front of the rim. Rebound tipped around. It's going to be picked up by Ward. Offensive rebound for Prairie. Top of the key to Taylor. 4-point advantage for the Hawks. 4:15 to go in the half. Walter looking to get downhill. Down low to Burkle. Nice feed there. He goes up with his block by Bear. Gets it back. It's going to be no good, but a foul is going to be called against Cedar Falls, as Burkle will be heading back to the free throw line. That one went against Jake Peters, just newly entered into the game. His first, team foul number 5. As familiar territory for Burkle, he's right back to the free throw line. Burkle's first shot on the way is good. He makes the first. He's got 6 on the year. Burkle is a 73% free throw shooter at the line. Not bad numbers there for the senior, as his second shot is on the way. It's going to be good. He makes both on that trip. He's got 7 to lead all scorers. 20-14 our score, with just over 4 minutes remaining until the half. Trey Campbell brings it up for the Tigers. Uses a screen from Bear, looking to get downhill. Spins around, looking for somewhere to go with it now. Gives it to Brost. He'll look to attack the rim. Picks up his dribble. Gives it over to Peters on the short corner. He hands it to Woods. Woods attacking the hoop. Now Campbell has the top of the key. Uses a screen from Peters. Mid-range jumper on the way from Campbell's going to be no good. Was halfway down and bounced out. Bear had the offensive rebound for a moment. It's going to go out of bounds, tipped by Taylor of the Hawks. So it will stay with Cedar Falls. There's a couple subs here for the Hawks. We've got Everett Cook re-entering, as well as a 6'4 junior Braden Dirksen making his first appearance in tonight's game. Campbell will throw it into the hoop. Lob pass to Woods is going to be no good. Rebound secured by Dirksen. as it'll be back in the hands of Prairie. They lead by 6 with 3.5 minutes to go in the half. It's going to be Walter with the ball for the Hawks. He picks up his dribble and swings it over to Taylor. Hard drive by Taylor, going to be no good. Rebound tipped around, picked up by Woods as Derek Woods has it for the Tigers, gives it over to Campbell. Tigers need a score on this possession. Attacking the hoop, looking to get downhill, swings it over to Brost. Corner three on the way is going to be no good off front of the rim. Rebounded by the Hawks. Ends up in the hands of Reed Burkle as Prairie has it back, swings it over to Walter, crossing the timeline. And now Burkle top of the key, left wing to Cook. Cook attacking the hoop, down low. This shot is going to be good as that is Braden Dirksen, his first bucket of the night. It's an 8-point advantage for Cedar Rapids Prairie as Campbell brings it up for the Tigers. Peters has it top of the key. Over to Woods, now back to Campbell. He'll take a mid-range jumper. His shot on the way is going to be no good. Off back iron, rebounded by Cook. Walter will bring it up for Cedar Rapids Prairie. 2.5 minutes to go until the half. As Walter picks up his dribble, now down low to Dirksen. Back to Walter, top of the key to Cook. Three-pointer on the way from Jake Walters. Going to be no good off back iron. Rebound fought for and secured by Derek Woods. As Campbell will bring it up the floor for Cedar Falls. Tigers need a basket pretty badly here. There's a little bit of a flop there from the Prairie Hawks. As Campbell one-on-one with Dirksen. Now the switch comes, gives it down low to Peters. It's going to be out of bounds, tipped by the Hawks, so it will stay with the Tigers. It's going to be Jack Wagemester as well as Deontay Fliss re-entering the game for Prairie. Gabe Burkle also makes his way to the scorer's table at the last second. And we also have Anthony Galvin re-entering the game for Cedar Falls. Hawks make one more sub as Elijah Ward will also re-enter the game for the Hawks. 2:08 to go in the second quarter, 22-14 our score. Cedar Falls ball into their own basket. Inbounds pass goes to Bear. Dallas Bear will chuck up a three-pointer. It's going to be no good. Good look, couldn't get it to fall. Rebound is secured by the Hawks. As Wagemester will bring it up, swings it over to Ward. Jump stop, down low to Burkle. He'll put it up. It's good as Gabe Burkle continues his nice first half. He's got 9. It's a 10-point game as the Tigers starting to fall behind here with 1:45 to go in the half. Three-pointer from the corner from Galvin is going to be good. Cedar Falls needed that one as Anthony Galvin gets in the scoring column with that corner three. 24-17 our score, 7-point advantage for the Hawks. Wagemester has it for Cedar Rapids Prairie. Kicks it over to Fliss, top of the key. Now Cook on the right wing. Uses a screen from Fliss. Now top of the key to Ward. Left wing to Wagemester, guarded by Campbell. Uses a screen from Burkle. Gabe Burkle has it short corner, takes a hard move, goes up with it. It's going to be good. Gabe Burkle reaches double figures with 11. 26-17 our score, 1:15 to go in the game, or in the half rather. Campbell has the top of the key. Looking to get downhill. Pull-up jumper on the way from Campbell's good. He finally gets that one to go. He's had some surprising misses from that spot a couple times. Gets that one to go. He's got 6. 1 minute to go until the halftime break. 26-19. Prairie is our score. It's going to be Cook with the ball on the right wing. Kicks it over to Wagemester. He'll take a straight on three. His shot is on the way, and it's good. As Jack Wagemester with his second three of the half. He's got 8. It's a 10-point game once again as Campbell swings it over to Bear on the left wing. Peters top of the key. Gives it over to Galvin. That pass is tipped and stolen away. Ward with the steal. He goes up with his left hand. It's good. Ward's second basket of the night as Cedar Falls trails at 31-19. 24 seconds to go in the half. We'll see if Cedar Falls holds for one shot. Campbell just crossing half court. He's guarded by Ward. Standing at the midcourt logo here at Cedar Rapids Prairie High School. Clock continuing to roll down. 10 seconds. Bear has the top of the key. Peters now over to Campbell. His pass is stolen away by Ward. Breakaway layup for Peters is going to be good. He gets another one to go. Excuse me, that was Elijah Ward on the breakaway layup. And that is going to be the half as we played a half of basketball here from Prairie High School. It's a 33-19 advantage for the Prairie Hawks. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we will have halftime coverage here from Cedar Rapids. Stay tuned. You're listening to Cedar Falls Boys Basketball on Cruisin' KCFI. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Brad Jacobson State Farm Insurance halftime show. We are at halftime of tonight's matchup between Cedar Rapids Prairie and Cedar Falls. Late in that second quarter, Prairie really took it to the Tigers, and they now lead it here at halftime, 33-19. It was a 20-10 run in that second quarter rather, after a 13-9 score at the end of a quarter of play. Here at halftime, we'll take a look at some numbers for both sides. First, we'll take a look at Prairie. Not a whole lot of foul trouble to speak of, as no player for the Hawks has more than one. Reed Burkle, Jake Walter, Jack Wagemester, and Mikkel Taylor all picked up one foul in that first half for Prairie. So nothing to really worry about there in terms of foul trouble for the Hawks. Looking at scoring numbers, Gabe Burkle, the 6'7 senior, committed to play football at Iowa State a year from now. He led the way with 11 points for the Hawks, was getting it done in the offensive glass. As I said in the pregame show, he very well could. Jack Wagemester was next for the Hawks. He finished that first half with 8 points. Elijah Ward had 6, Reed Burkle had 3, and then Jake Walter and Braden Dirksen rounded out the scoring effort for Cedar Rapids Prairie, each with 2 apiece. Taking a look at Cedar Falls, there was a little bit of foul trouble in that first half for the Tigers, as both Trey Campbell and Cade Corbett, both starters and very much important players into the game for Cedar Falls, both had to miss time in that opening half with foul trouble, as both picked up 2. Campbell did so late in the first quarter and had to miss the rest of the first and much of the second quarter. And then Cade Corbett had to leave late or around midway through the second quarter and then missed the rest of the half. And that's really, when Corbett went out was when Prairie started to kind of take it to the Tigers, so that was definitely a big loss in the form of Cade Corbett picking up his second foul. Other than that, not a whole lot to talk about in terms of fouls for the Tigers, as Jake Peters had 1, and that was it. Looking at some scoring numbers for Cedar Falls, they had 19 first-half points. 6 came from Trey Campbell. The senior averages around 26 points a game. He has 6 so far. Aaron Brost had 4 for Cedar Falls. And then Derek Woods, Dallas Bear, and Anthony Galvin all have. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Cedar Falls boys basketball on Cruisin KCFI. I'm David Warrington. Happy to bring you some Cedar Falls coverage as the Tigers trail 33-19 here at the half against Cedar Rapids Prairie. And we're about to get our second half underway. Same 5 starting the second half that started the game for both teams. Brost, Campbell, Bear, Woods, and Corbett for the Tigers. It'll be Burkle, Walter, Wagemester, Ward, and Burkle starting for the Hawks. It'll be Cedar Falls basketball first. They're working right to left in the second half. Hawks will work left to right. Bear will throw it in, and Campbell set to bring it up as we're underway with second half action from Cedar Rapids Prairie High School. Campbell has it top of the key, gets it high post to Bear. Guarded by Reed Burkle. Down low to Corbett. His left-hand layup is up and good as Cade Corbett gets his first bucket of the night. 33-21 our score as Jake Walter will bring it up for the Hawks. Tigers cut it back to a 12-point game as Walter swings it over to Wagemester. Double team there on the left wing. Now swings it over, top of the key to Ward. Burkle fakes a corner 3, attacking down low, picks up his dribble, swings it out to Ward, top of the key. High pass, but he goes up and gets it. Now into the corner, down low to Burkle. Gabe Burkle takes a hard dribble, out to Walter. 3-pointer on the way from Jake Walter's no good. Rebound picked up by Cade Corbett. He gives it over to Trey Campbell, who'll bring up the floor for the Tigers. Campbell looking to get downhill. Mid-range jumper on the way is no good. Rebound tipped around. It's going to be out of bounds, I believe. Last touch by Corbett. He's the one that went up and tried to pull down the board. That is the case, and it'll be Prairie basketball going the other way. As this second half, 55 seconds old, 33-21 our score. With 7 minutes to go now as Wagemester brings it up for Cedar Rapids Prairie. High post to Burkle. Takes a hard dribble, hands it over to Ward. Elijah Ward swings it over to Wagemester. Top of the key to Burkle, fakes a 3. Now back to Ward. They're going to get a foul, I believe. That'll be against Brost, as he was the one guarding him there, as that will go against Aaron Brost, his first team foul number 1 in the second half. As Prairie will have it underneath their own basket. Walter will throw it in. Gets it into Burkle down low. Takes one hard dribble, spin move. Goes through some contact and be blocked by Corbett. He picks up his own rebound, though. 3-pointer on the way from Ward is good. Excuse me, that was Jake Walter on the 3-pointer. As he knocks down his first triple of the night, he's got 5, 36-21 our score. Tigers trail by 15. Top of the key to Woods. Gives it over to Dallas Bear on the right wing. Now top of the key to Corbett. He hands it off to Campbell. Campbell swings it to Bear in the right corner. Now top of the key to Woods. Woods gives it to Brost on the left wing. He swings it back over to Woods' right wing. Top of the key to Corbett. Corbett looking to go down low. He puts it up off the glass. It's too strong. No good. Rebounded by Walter. Walter running in transition. 3-on-3 fast break. Down low. Reverse layup is going to be no good. And they're going to get Ward for a traveling violation. So the layup wouldn't have counted either way. As that'll be a turnover for Prairie. It'll be Cedar Falls basketball. 36-21 our score. Just over 6 minutes remaining in the third quarter. As Trey Campbell brings it up for the Tigers. Campbell has it right wing. Hands it off to Woods. As he has the top of the key, swings it over to Campbell on the right wing. Screen set by Corbett. He doesn't use the screen. His pass is tipped, picked up by Brost. Brost looking to get downhill, puts up a layup with his right hand, and it's good. Aaron Brost gets back in the scoring column. He's got 6, 36-23 our score, as Prairie has it going the other way. Wagamester right wing. Double team comes, picks up his dribble. Over to Walter on the right wing, guarded by Campbell. Into the corner to Burkle. Burkle has it right corner, top of the key. Now swings it over to Ward. Wagamester has it, denies the screen, now gives the top of the key to Walter. Into the corner, back to Ward. Ward gives it to Reed Burkle, excuse me, that's Gabe Burkle. Now over to Walter. Three-pointer on the way from Jake Walter. He knocks it down as Jake Walter hits his second three-pointer in the last couple possessions. And it's a 39-23 ball game, 16-point advantage for Cedar Rapids Prairie as Trey Campbell comes up and knocks down a three-pointer on the other end. His first long ball of the night, as he's got 9, 39-26 our score. Ward has it left wing. Now to the right wing to Wagamester. He'll put up a three-pointer. It's good as Jack Wagamester knocks down another three-pointer. He's got 11, and we've got a timeout on the floor. 30-second timeout called by Coach Schultz of the Tigers. We've got 4:41 remaining in the third quarter. Prairie out to a 42-26 advantage. Jack Wagamester knocks down another three-pointer. He's had a few of those here tonight, as Trey Campbell just knocked down his first three before that. But Prairie responded right away to get it back to a 42-26 game, as Cedar Falls really needs a push right away if they want to get back into this one. Certainly not over, but a situation where you can't come out groggy out of this timeout. They have to be ready to go and make some plays right away. Both teams break the huddle and come back onto the floor. Doesn't look like either team sub, so still the same five at the start of the half for both sides. Cedar Falls basketball as Dallas Bear will throw it in, and Trey Campbell is set to take it and run the one for the Tigers. Campbell takes the inbounds pass and crosses the timeline into the front court. Dribbling to his right, now gives it over to Woods. He gives it to Bear, standing right around midcourt. Now over to Brost on the left wing. Dribbling to his right. Has the top of the key, guarded by Walter. Now into the hands of Woods. Woods dribbling right, gives it to Campbell. He uses a screen from Corbett. Fakes a pull-up jumper. Nice dunk there by Cade Corbett off the assist from Trey Campbell as Cade Corbett came wide open with a two-handed slam. Puts it through. 42-28 our score. As Walter has it right wing, uses a screen from Burkle. Pull-up jumper on the way from Walter's no good. Rolls around the rim and out. Rebound's going to be secured by Dallas Bear, and Cedar Falls will have it. Bear crossing the timeline. Has it right wing. Gives it over to Corbett, top of the key. Corbett looking to get downhill. Loses it momentarily. Has it back. Goes up with his left hand. Too short. Rebound tipped around. Picked up by Walter of the Prairie Hawks. As Ward's going to run it in the full court. Goes up with his right hand, and it's good. As Elijah Ward finishes in transition. He's got 8. 6 have come in breakaway transition layups. And it's 44-28 as Trey Campbell is going to use a screen from Corbett. Now gets it out to Corbett. Into the corner. That is Woods using the baseline, attacking. Goes up with it. It's going to be no good, but he is fouled pretty hard there. As it will be Derek Woods, 6'1 junior, going to the line to shoot two for Cedar Falls. On the year, Woods, just a 20% free throw shooter, a small sample size there. As he will go to the line to shoot a pair for Cedar Falls. We'll have some subs after the first free throw. First one on the way is going to be good after it rolls around what felt like a full minute. Woods makes the first. We'll have a chance for one more, as we will have Anthony Galvin re-entering the game for Cedar Falls. Well, we've got Everett Cook, Mikkel Taylor, and Braden Dirksen back in for Prairie. Second free throw on the way is going to be good as well for Woods, so he knocks down both. He's got 5. 44-30 our score. 14-point advantage for Prairie as they have possession of the basketball with 3.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Walter, guarded by Campbell, now swings it over to Taylor. He's looking to get downhill, picks up his dribble. Out to Cook, now back to Walter on the left wing. Walter attacking the hoop. Swings it over, three-pointer on the way from Cook. It's going to be well off the mark. Left that one too long, but the rebound's going to be saved by Dirksen into the hands of Burkle. Now that three-pointer from Walter is good as he knocks down the three. He's got 11, 47-30 our score, as Prairie extends their lead to 17. Galvin swings it over to Corbett, top of the key. Now Woods on the left wing, guarded by Taylor. Top of the key now with Corbett. Corbett swings it back to Woods. on the left wing, guarded by Taylor, attacking the hoop. Nice take. He's going to pump fake, spin move, puts it up, and it's good as Derek Woods finds the scoring column again. He's got 7, 47-32 our score, 15-point lead for Prairie. 2.5 minutes to go in the third quarter as Walter brings it up for Cedar Rapids Prairie. Walter has it back on the right wing, guarded by Campbell, swings it over to Cook on the left wing, into the corner to Taylor. Taylor attacking baseline, now kicks it back out. Over top of the key to Walter. Right wing to Cook, uses a screen from Dirksen. Picks up his dribble, top of the key to Taylor. Back to Walter on the left wing, uses a screen from Burkle. Spin move, puts up a shot. It's going to be no good off the back iron, and the rebound's picked up by Campbell. Kick ahead pass to Galvin, one-on-one at the rim. It's going to be blocked, but he's going to be called for a foul. Is Mikkel Taylor, as that'll be his second foul of the night. And it will be team foul number 1 against Prairie here, or correction, number 2 against Prairie in this second half. And correction, that is Taylor's second. I had it right, as Anthony Galvin, the 5'10 freshman, will go to the line to shoot 2 for Cedar Falls. First free throw from Galvin is good. We'll have a chance for one more as Joris Vandenheuvel, the 6'7 senior for Cedar Falls, will enter the game for the first time tonight, replacing Cade Corbett. Galvin's second free throw on the way. That one is good after rolling around for a little bit and goes through. Galvin's got 5. As Aaron Brost will re-enter the game for Cedar Falls, he will replace Derek Woods. 1:55 to go in the third quarter, 47-34 our score, as Jake Walter brings the ball up the floor for Cedar Rapids Prairie. Guarded by Campbell right when he crosses the half-court line. Now over to Cook. Walter attacking baseline now. It's going to be a foul on the floor, as we'll see who they got for the foul. It's going to go against Anthony Galvin. The freshman picks up his first foul, team foul number 2. That's nearly a platoon swap here. 4 in, 4 out for Cedar Rapids Prairie. Gabe Burkle, Deontay Fliss, Jack Wagemester, and Elijah Ward re-entering the game. Mikkel Taylor, the only player staying on the floor for the Hawks. Taylor will throw it in underneath the Prairie basket as the rest of his teammates in a box set. Inbounds pass goes to Burkle on the right corner. Now right wing to Ward. Wagemester has it right corner. Down low to Burkle. And looks like we got a foul on the floor, but maybe right before Burkle got the pass. They're going to get that one on Joris Vandenheuvel, his first, and team foul number 3. As once again, Mikkel Taylor will throw it in underneath the Prairie Hawks basket. Not too many fouls so far this half. 2 against the Hawks and 3 against the Tigers. As Taylor gets it into Burkle. Now over to Ward. Back into the corner to Wagemester. Down low. Pass is tipped and stolen away by Aaron Brost. He'll run it for the Tigers, crossing half court. Has it top of the key, guarded by Taylor. Swings it over to Galvin. Uses a screen from Vandenheuvel. Picks up his dribble. 3-pointer on the way from Aaron Brost. Is going to be no good off back iron. Rebound secured by Wagemester. And Prairie will have it. Wagemester crossing half court, guarded by Galvin. A minute to go in the third quarter. Minute 10, that is. As Ward attacks, gets it over to Taylor. Thinks about a 3. Now gives it over to Wagemester on the left wing, or right wing, rather. Backing up his opponent. Galvin guarding him. Puts it up. It's going to be no good. Wagemester secures his own rebound, though. They bring it out to the perimeter. Taylor has the top of the key. Back to Wagemester on the left wing. Down low to Burkle. Swings it over to Ward. 3-pointer on the way from Ward is good. As Elijah Ward knocks down the 3-pointer. He's got 11. 50-34 our score. Campbell top of the key. Nice move there as his mid-range jumper is going to be no good. Rebound secured by Fliss. He gives it over to Wagemester. 30 seconds to go in the third quarter. We'll see if the Hawks look to hold for one shot. As Wagemester crosses the timeline, guarded by Galvin. Picks up his dribble, gives it over to Taylor on the right wing. Dribbling to his left, now top of the key. Gives it over to Ward. Campbell's guarding him there, right next to that half-court logo. Uses the screen from Wagemester, now spins the other way. 10 seconds on the clock, into the corner to Fliss. Now Wagemester left wing, uses the screen from Burkle. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Taylor, 3-pointer on the way, is going to be good at the buzzer as Mikkel Taylor ends the quarter with a 3-pointer. Through 3 quarters of basketball, our score, Cedar Rapids Prairie 53, Cedar Falls 34. We'll take a break. Stay tuned. You're listening to Cedar Falls boys basketball on Cruisin' KCFI. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we're set to get our fourth quarter underway. Prairie with a 53-34 lead over Cedar Falls. as they will have it first to begin the second half. Fliss inbounds it to Wagamester, who will cross half court and be guarded by Galvin. Top of the key to Fliss. Swings it over to Ward in the right wing. Uses the screen. Correction, that is Walter out there. Now he gives it to Ward. Down low to Burkle. He goes up with it. It's going to be no good, but he is fouled. Fought through quite a bit of contact there. Did Gabe Burkle, as they are going to get the foul on Cade Corbett. It's going to be his third foul of the game. Team foul number 4. And Gabe Burkle will go to the free throw line to shoot a pair for the Hawks. First free throw on the way is going to be good. As Burkle knocks down his first, he has 12. That's his first bucket of the second half. And he'll get set to attempt his second. Burkle's second free throw on the way is going to be no good. Bounces around the rim and out. Rebound secured by Corbett. He gives it over to Galvin. And now Campbell will bring it up for the Tigers. 20-point game here, 54-34 in favor of the Hawks. Peters has it top of the key. Down low to Campbell. Makes a nice move. Puts it up. It's going to be no good, but he is fouled. And Trey Campbell will go to the line to shoot a pair of free throws for the Tigers. We'll see who they got the foul on. As the foul went against Elijah Ward. That's going to be his first foul of the night. As Trey Campbell will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws for the Tigers. It's team foul number 3. Campbell's an 82% free throw shooter. He knocks down the first. That puts him in double digits with 10. He'll have a chance for one more. As Reed Burkle re-entered the game for the Hawks, replacing Deontay Fliss. Campbell's second free throw on the way is good. He knocks down both. He's got 11. It's an 18-point game, 54-36, as Prairie brings it up the floor. 7.5 to go in the fourth quarter. Now right wing to Wagamester. Dribbling right. Handoff to Reed Burkle, who swings it over to Ward on the right wing. Kicks it over to Wagamester, left wing. Dribbling to his right, now goes behind his back. Gives it over to Walter, top of the key. Hawks in no rush to score here. Of course, no shot clock in Iowa until next year, so they can take as long as they want, or at least as long as the Tigers are unable to take it away. They swing it over. Three-pointer on the way from Ward is tipped. No good. Rebounded by Ward as Walter missed the three-pointer there. Walter has it back. Left wing to Wagamester. And we've got a foul inside on the floor. There wasn't a shot, so of course not on the shot. As that will go against Jake Peters of the Tigers. It's going to be his second foul, team foul number 5. And it will be Cedar Rapids Prairie basketball underneath their own basket. Walter will throw it in. He gets it into Wagamester, standing at the volleyball line. Now into the corner. Ward attacking the hoop. Gives it over to Gabe Burkle down low. It's stripped out of his hands. We've got a foul, and then we'll see if they call that on the shot. There wasn't much contact, at least at that point. But they are going to call the foul on, I believe they got Jake Peters on that one. That is the case. That's his third. Team foul number 6. The Tigers are one away from being over the limit. As the Hawks have it underneath their own basket, as it was on the floor. Inbounds pass goes to Ward. He lays it up and in. As Elijah Ward has 13. And Prairie leads it by 20. 56-36 our score. Campbell brings it up for Cedar Falls. Uses a screen from Peters. Three-pointer on the way from Campbell's good. As Trey Campbell knocks down his second three of the night. He's got 14. As Wagamester brings up the floor for the Hawks. 6.5 to go in the game. 56-38 our score. Burkle has it short corner. Pass is stolen away by Trey Campbell. It's a one-on-one fast break as he's shoved nearly to the ground. And I believe they're going to get an intentional based on the reaction from the Cedar Falls bench. That foul will go against Jake Walter of the Hawks. His second. That isn't intentional as Campbell was shoved in the back there. It'll be team foul number 4 as Trey Campbell will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws with every other player all the way in the backcourt. And after the free throw, Cedar Falls will take possession of the basketball back. Campbell, an 82% free throw shooter on the year. He made both in his earlier trip. First free throw on the way from Campbell is good. He's got 15 as Dallas Bear as well as Aaron Brose will re-enter the game for the Tigers, replacing Galvin and Peters. 56-40 our score. 6:20 to go in the fourth quarter as Campbell will get set to attempt his second free throw. That one's on the way, and he makes that one as well. That gives him 16 on the night. And after the intentional, Cedar Falls will also take possession of the basketball underneath their own hoop. Campbell's going to throw it in. as Corbett and Woods are down low while Bear and Bro stand on the perimeter. Campbell looking for somewhere to go with it. Uses the backcourt to get it into Bear, and he'll bring it up, crossing the timeline into the front court. Hands it off to Campbell right when he does. He's guarded by Ward. Just over 6 minutes to go in the game as it's over to Corbett, top of the key. Campbell has it right corner, down low to Corbett. He goes up with it. It's going to be good. Nice finish there from Cade Corbett. He's got 6. It's 56-43. Walter bringing it up for the Hawks. Campbell playing some tight defense over to Wagamester, guarded by Wood, standing at the P at midcourt for Cedar Rapids Prairie. Down low to Burkle. Thinks about a three-pointer there. Now down low to Burkle again. He's going to go up with it. It's going to be no good. Unlucky bounce there for Burkle as Corbett secures the rebound, and he gives it over to Campbell crossing the timeline. He'll take a straight-on three-pointer. It's going to be good as Trey Campbell knocks down the three. He's got 19. It's a 10-point game, and we've got a timeout on the floor. That's a full timeout, so we'll take one as well. 56-46 our score, 5:31 to go in the game. Stay tuned. You listen to Cedar Falls boys basketball on Cruisin KCFI. We're back as Cedar Falls has cut it to a 10-point game on a 12-3 run to begin the quarter. Burkle throws it in to Walter, who will bring it up for the Hawks. Campbell guarding in the full court. He crosses the timeline into the corner to Ward. He'll take a three-pointer. It's going to be well off the mark. Left it long. Rebound by Woods. He throws it off of Burkle, and that'll be Cedar Falls basketball. All of a sudden, it's a 10-point game. Cedar Falls has it. 5:17 to go in the fourth quarter. Inbounds pass goes to Campbell. He's had quite the second half. He's got 19 on the night, and he's just hit a clutch three-pointer right before that timeout. Campbell gives it over to Woods. Top of the key to Bear. Swings it over to Brose in the left wing. Top of the key to Corbett. Gives it back to Campbell. He'll take a wide-open three-pointer from the right corner. It's good as Trey Campbell cannot miss right now. Trey Campbell knocks down another. He's got 22, and Cedar Falls is back within 7. Wagamester bringing it up for the Hawks. He has it right at the half-court line. Gives it over to Walter. Campbell playing defense there. Top of the key to Burkle. Over into the corner to Ward. He goes up with it. It's going to be good, and the foul as Elijah Ward finishes at the rim. And there's also a foul on the play. Cedar Falls bench wanted to travel, but they didn't get it as they're going to call Cade Corbett for his fourth foul. Team foul number 7. So the Tigers are over the limit, and Prairie will shoot the rest of the way. Elijah Ward going to the line to shoot one after knocking in the basket. Free throw on the way from Ward is good. He's got 16 to lead the team as Campbell brings it up for Cedar Falls, crossing half court. They trail by 10. Right wing to Woods, looking to get downhill. Attacking, jump stop, puts it up. It's no good, but he's fouled. They're going to get Jack Wagamester for the foul there against Prairie. So that'll be team foul number 5 on the Hawks. And that is Wagamester's second. Derek Woods will go to the line to shoot 2. Woods, a 20% free throw shooter entering the game. A small sample size there, but he knocked down both earlier. First one on the way is going to be no good off back iron as he misses the first. Still a 10-point game with 4:27 to go in the game as Woods will get set to attempt his second free throw. The 6'1 junior at the line. He's got 7 points so far tonight. Make it 8 as he knocks in the free throw. And it's a 9-point game, 59-50 our score as Wagamester will bring it up for the Hawks. Wagamester crosses half court and gives it over to Walter on the right wing. Top of the key to Burkle. Down low, pass is stolen away by Campbell. Tigers back in business as Campbell crosses the timeline. Guarded by Walter. Dribbling to his left, top of the key to Bear. Bear, three-pointer on the way. It's good as Dallas Bear knocks down a huge three-pointer for Cedar Falls. His second of the night, he's got 6, and it's a 6-point game here in Cedar Rapids. And we're going to have a foul called against Trey Campbell. The Cedar Falls contingency does not like it, but that is the call. That is going to be Campbell's third, team foul number 8. So that'll be a 1-1 for the Hawks. And it'll be Jake Walter going to the line. We've got Mikkel Taylor re-entering the game for Prairie. He will replace Elijah Ward as Walter is a 77% free throw shooter on the year. Not the person you want to see at the line if you're Cedar Falls. As this is a 1-1, remember. First free throw on the way is going to be no good. Rebounded by Corbett, and that's all they'll get as Campbell crosses half court. Guarded by Wagamester. Pass is going to be tipped out of bounds by Prairie. I believe Taylor's the one that got his hand on it. And it'll be Cedar Falls basketball. They trail by 6 with 3:46 to go in the game. 59-53 our score as Campbell will throw it in from underneath the Tigers basket. Gets it into the corner to Brost. Now down low to Campbell. Nice move. Fakes a shot. Goes up. It's going to be good as Trey Campbell finishes at the rim. He's got 24. And we've got a timeout on the floor. Prairie calls a full timeout. 3:35 to go in the game. 59-55 our score. Prairie with the lead. Stay tuned to listen to Cedar Falls boys basketball on Cruisin KCFI. Welcome back to Cedar Falls boys basketball on Cruisin KCFI. I'm David Warrington, and we've got quite the game on our hands. What looked to be nearly out of reach is all of a sudden a 4-point game with 3.5 minutes to go. Prairie has the ball up by 4. Taylor has it right wing. Corbett comes up to him on the switch. Now Wagemester left wing. Dribbling to his right, picks up his dribble at the top of the key, gives it over to Taylor, who has it on the left wing. Now dribbling to his right off a screen from Burkle. Reed Burkle thinks about a 3. Now back to Taylor, top of the key, swings it over to Wagemester. Walter has it in the right corner. Now dribbles it up, looking to attack the basket. Down low to Burkle. Gabe Burkle goes up with it. It's going to be no good. Too strong. Rebounded by Reed Burkle. Out of bounds. Last touched by Cedar Falls is the call, so it will stay with Prairie. 3:03 to go in the game. 59-55 our score. As Taylor will throw it in underneath the Prairie Hawks basket as the Hawks lead by 4. Inbounds pass goes to Gabe Burkle in the right corner, guarded by Corbett, dribbling to his left. Now top of the key to Walter. Campbell on the coverage there. As Walter looking to attack, uses a screen from Burkle, attacking the hoop. Pass is going to be tipped by Brost, ends up in the hands of Wagemester. Nice hustle from Woods to try to get there. Taylor has the top of the key. 2:45 to play. Taylor attacking the hoop. Goes up with it. His layup's no good. Rebounded by Corbett. And Cedar Falls has it, trailing by 4. Campbell crossing half court for Cedar Falls. He's guarded by Walter. High post. Now they give it back to Campbell. He'll put it up. It's going to be rejected out of bounds by Walter. And Cedar Falls will keep possession of the basketball. Campbell will throw it in underneath the hoop. As we've got Woods and Brost on the perimeter, Corbett and Brost down low. Now they switch positions as Campbell looking to get it in. Lob play to Corbett is off the mark, but Brost picks up the ball. He'll give it over to Campbell, top of the key, and they'll reset. 2:20 to play. Trey Campbell, three-pointer on the way. It's going to be no good as he misses the first one in quite a while. Rebound secured by Burkle. He gives it over to Walter. Crossing the timeline, guarded by Campbell. Now over to Wagemester on the left wing. Looking to attack the hoop. Mid-range jumper from Wagemester on the way. It's no good. Ball's tipped. It's going to go out of bounds. Last touched by Corbett trying to pull down the rebound, so we'll stay with Prairie. We've got 2:03 to go. It's 59-55. Tigers trail by 4. Taylor will throw it in. Gets it into Burkle down low. Takes a hard dribble. Now Wagemester is going to chuck up a three-pointer. It's going to be good as a huge three-pointer there from Jack Wagemester. Brings it back to a 62-55 score. Tigers trail by 7 with 1:45 to go in the game. Campbell crossing half court. Gets it over to Bear on the top of the key. It's tipped, but he gets it back. Bear looking to attack the hoop. Picks up his dribble. Goes into his defender. Now puts it up. It's short, but he's fouled. And Dallas Bear will go to the line to shoot 2 for Cedar Falls. Foul is going to go against Reed Burkle. It's going to be his second. Team foul number 6. As Dallas Bear to the line to shoot 2. He's an 83% free throw shooter on the season. He's got 2 big ones upcoming. First one on the way. That is no good off front of the rim. Disappointed in himself. Frustration starting to creep in a little bit. Have to push that to the side as he's got another free throw he needs to knock down here. As Bear takes the second free throw. It's good. He makes 1 of 2. He's got 7 in the night. And we've got a turnover. Prairie turned it over on the inbounds. It looks like Taylor stepped on the line trying to throw it in, and it'll be Cedar Falls basketball. They trail by 6. 1:36 to go as Elijah Ward will re-enter the game for Prairie, replacing Mikkel Taylor. 62-56 our score. Woods will throw it in underneath the basket. Gets it into Campbell, but it's tipped and stolen away by Walter. That's still bringing up the floor for Cedar Rapids Prairie. Crossing half court. Hands it to Wagemester. And they are going to foul intentionally. And let's see who they got the foul on. They got it on Trey Campbell. That's his 4th. Team foul number 9. As Jack Wagemester will go to the line to shoot 1-1 for Cedar Rapids Prairie. Wagamester's first free throw on the way is no good. Rebound tipped around, picked up by Corbett. Cedar Falls with the ball down 6, 1:20 to go. Campbell dribbles around his defender, goes up with it, goes up over Burkle, but it's no good. Rebound tipped out, picked up by Corbett. Attacking the hoop, goes up. It's going to be good, but they're going to call a foul on the floor. So the basket will not count, but he will go to the line to shoot a 1-and-1, will Cade Corbett. We'll see who they called the foul on. I think it was Burkle, but it's actually going to be Elijah Ward. It's going to be his second team foul, number 7. As we will have Anthony Galvin re-entering the game for Cedar Falls. And Cade Corbett will go to the line to shoot a huge 1-and-1 for the Tigers. He replaced Woods, did Galvin. Free throw on the way. It's going to be no good off back iron. Rebound secured by Ward, and Prairie has it up 6 with 1:10 to go. It's going to be tipped. No, they got to travel before the pass was tipped. So that's a turnover there from Ward, and Cedar Falls has it back. They trail it by 6. We've got 1:08 to go in the game. Bear will throw it in, and Campbell will bring it up. He'll use the backcourt to get it in. And now he's going to cross the timeline into the front court. He's guarded by Walter. Swings it over to Galvin in the right corner. Dribbling up. Now gives it to Bear, top of the key. Back to Campbell. Now Bros, top of the key. We've got 55 seconds to play. Galvin, right corner. Has it tipped away. Now he gets it back. Back to Bros, top of the key. 62-56 our score. Bros second hoop. Over to Bear. He'll take a contested three-pointer. It's too short. Off the front of the rim. Nobody's going to touch it. It's going to go out of bounds. Last touch by Bear. And it will be Prairie basketball with 43 seconds to go in the game. Woods makes his way over to the scorer's table, so he will re-enter the game. We've got a timeout on the floor as well. That'll be a full 60-second timeout. We'll take a quick break. Stay tuned. You're listening to Cedar Falls Boys Basketball on Cruisin' KCFI. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as Cedar Falls trails the Hawks of Cedar Rapids Prairie by 6. And Prairie has the basketball with 43 seconds to go in this varsity boys basketball contest. Taylor's going to throw it in for the Hawks. He gets it into Walter, and there's going to be a jump ball. And possession arrow favors Cedar Falls. They'll get it back. Prairie was inbounding it in their own backcourt, and the jump ball was forced there by Trey Campbell, so they'll get it back. Got a sub here for the Hawks. Reed Burkle checking into the game. He will replace Mikkel Taylor. As the Tigers need a basket, and they need it quick. They trail by 6. Inbounds pass goes to Campbell. He's guarded by Walter. Uses a screen from from Corbett. Loses it out of bounds. Nobody touched it, they say, as Campbell turns it over, and it'll be Prairie basketball. Prairie leads this one by 6 with 35 seconds to go. Reed Burkle's going to throw it in for the Hawks. He gets it in to Walter. He's trapped, in some trouble, and they're going to call a foul against Cedar Falls. The bench was calling for a travel to be called, but they're going to get a foul. We'll see who got whistled for that one. It's going to be Cade Corbett, and that's going to be the end of the game for the 6'7" sophomore. That is his 5th, team foul number 10. As Cade Corbett's night is done, he will exit the game with 5 fouls, finishing with 6 points. Nice performance from the sophomore, as he was involved in a lot of important plays on the rebounding end of things, also had 6 points to add to it. Anthony Galvin's going to replace him, as Jake Walter will go to the line to shoot 2 for the Prairie Hawks. We are in the double bonus, as Walter is a 77% free throw shooter on the year. First one on the way is going to be good. Takes a funny roll and goes through the hoop. As Jake Walter has 12 on the night, and he'll get set to attempt his second free throw here on this trip. 63-56 our score, 31 seconds to go in the game. As second free throw on the way is going to be good from Jake Walter as he knocks down both. He's got 13. It's an 8-point contest with 30 seconds to go. Campbell bringing it up in a hurry for the Tigers. Has the top of the key. Mid-range jumper on the way from Campbell is no good. Rebound is going to be secured by the Hawks. And we've got a traveling violation called against Prairie, as one of the Tigers was trying to force a jump ball. That didn't succeed, but he did succeed in making the Hawks travel, which is even better because the possession arrow favors the Hawks at the moment. So Cedar Falls basketball underneath their own hoop. As Bros will throw it in. Lob pass to Campbell. Takes a couple hard dribbles, goes up with it. He's going to be blocked, gets his own rebound. Goes up with it again. It's no good off the side of the rim. And the rebound is secured by the Hawks. That's Burkle pulling in the board. As he gives it over to Wagemester. We've got 7 seconds to go in the game. 5 seconds. The Hawks are just content to hold it. And that is going to do it from Cedar Rapids Prairie. As the horn sounds, our final score is Cedar Rapids Prairie 64, Cedar Falls 56. A valiant comeback from the Tigers, but it's too little too late as they fall to 4-2 on the year. Prairie improves to 7-1. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have post-game coverage from Cedar Rapids Prairie. Stay tuned. You're listening to Cedar Falls Boys Basketball on Cruisin' KCFI. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to our post-game show sponsored by Western Home Communities. Cedar Falls just fell to Cedar Rapids Prairie by a final of 64-56. It was 53-34 entering that final quarter of play before Cedar Falls stormed all the way back to make it a 4-point game at one point, but ultimately couldn't come back all the way and fell just short to their MVC rival, Prairie. Looking at some final numbers out of tonight's game. First, for the victorious Prairie Hawks, leading scorer for Cedar Rapids Prairie was Elijah Ward. He finished with 16. Followed by Jack Wagemester. He had 14, and Jake Walter had 13. Gabe Burkle rounded out a well-balanced top of the scoring effort for Prairie with 12. I believe 11 of those 12 came in the first half. Other than that, Mikkel Taylor, a 6-foot junior, and Reed Burkle, a 6'5" sophomore, had 3 points apiece to close out the Prairie scoring effort. For Cedar Falls, they were led by the dominant in that fourth quarter, Trey Campbell. He had 24 points. It was just an unbelievable fourth quarter. For probably the first 6 or 7 minutes of that quarter, he just could not miss. It was not in his DNA at that point to miss a shot as he was knocking in shots left and right. He was well below his scoring average entering the second half. I want to say he only had 6 at the break, but finished with 24, just a couple points shy of his average of 26 a night. Great fourth quarter performance by Trey Campbell. The 6'4" senior couldn't quite lead his team all the way back and come away with the victory, but just a phenomenal effort by the senior in that final quarter. Derek Woods was next in the scoring effort for Cedar Falls. The 6'1" guard had 8 points on the night. Cade Corbett had 6. Dallas Bear had 7, including a couple threes. And then Aaron Brost and Anthony Galvin rounded out the scoring effort for Cedar Falls. Each had 5 points apiece. Now we'll take this time to present the rebounder of the game presented by the Cedar Falls Community Credit Union. Tonight, I'm going to give rebounder of the game to the 6'7" sophomore, Cade Corbett. He was all over the boards, picking up boards on both the offensive and defensive ends. And his offensive rebounds really kept the Tigers in the game late in that fourth quarter when it almost appeared to be out of hand. Just a sophomore, so he's got a bright future ahead of him as Cade Corbett is your Cedar Falls Community Credit Union rebounder of the game. And then awarding tonight's player of the game, this is sponsored by Tubs R Us. Very little decision to be made here. Trey Campbell pretty much made that decision for me in the fourth quarter when he went off and exploded to 24 points for the contest. Along with Corbett's rebounding and a couple other key contributors, Trey Campbell was really what kept the Tigers in the game late when hope almost seemed lost late in that contest, as his 24 points, several three-pointers, as well as some tough inside finishes and some good free throw shooting. He really did it from all over. Trey Campbell is your Tubs R Us player of the game. So an unfortunate loss there for Cedar Falls. That's one they'll wish they could have back, as if they played like they played in that fourth quarter for 4 quarters of basketball, they would have come away with a pretty solid victory over a very good Cedar Rapids Prairie team. However, can't rewrite the past, of course, so Cedar Falls falls to 4-2 on the year. Believe that'll make them 1-2 in conference play, as Cedar Rapids Prairie improves to 7-1 rather. They are sitting at 2-1 in the Mississippi Valley Conference. So as we roll along with our post-game show sponsored by Western Home Communities, we're going to take a quick break here. When we come back, we hope to hear from Cedar Falls boys head coach Ryan Schultz, get his post-game thoughts after this tough loss to Cedar Rapids Prairie. So we'll take one more break here. When we come back, should have Coach Schultz on the broadcast. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. You're listening to the post-game show sponsored by Western Home Communities on Cruisin' KCFI. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Cedar Falls boys basketball post-game show sponsored by Western Home Communities. As Cedar Falls couldn't quite finish a comeback effort tonight against Cedar Rapids Prairie, falling to the Hawks 64-56. With the loss, Cedar Falls will fall to 4-2 on the year, and Prairie increases their record to 7-1 on the season. So hoping to have Coach Ryan Schultz join us here on the broadcast for a post-game interview. Well, I've got this chance. I'll give a shout-out to all of our great sponsors that have made this broadcast on Cruisin' KCFI possible. I've mentioned some throughout the night for various different times throughout the evening. And I'll take a chance here to shout out all of our great sponsors. Got to give a big thank you to L&M Transmission, Anderson Collision, Bo Jorgensen at Farm Bureau, First Bank, Brad Jacobson State Farm Insurance, Western Home Communities, Tubbs R Us, Cedar Falls Community Credit Union, Knutson Chiropractic, City Builders, Cedar Falls Utilities, Blue Line Moving and Storage, and Financial Architects. So a huge thank you to all of our great sponsors that make this broadcast on Cruisin KCFI possible. Certainly appreciate all they do for not just our broadcast, but also the community of Cedar Falls, and certainly can't thank them enough. One more time, I'll go over our scoring numbers again. Leading scorer for Prairie was Elijah Ward with 16. Jack Wagamester had 14. Jake Walter had 13. Gabe Burkle had 12. And then Reed Burkle and Mikkel Taylor rounded out the scoring, each with 3 points apiece. Cedar Falls, Trey Campbell led the way with 24 points, followed up by Derek Woods with 8, Dallas Bear with 7, Cade Corbett with 6, and then Aaron Brost and Anthony Galvin both finished tonight's contest with 5 points apiece. So Campbell clearly led the way for Cedar Falls here tonight, as it was an impressive effort from the senior. He'll be playing in Cedar Falls again next year, but wearing the purple and gold instead of the red and black. He'll be suiting up for the UNI Panthers a year from now, playing his home games in the McLeod Center on UNI's campus. Nice performance by Trey Campbell as he leads the way for Cedar Falls in this contest. Unfortunately, they do fall just short in their comeback effort. 64-56, our final score. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take one more break. Hopefully, Coach Ryan Schultz will be with us when we come back. Stay tuned. You're listening to the Cedar Falls Boys Basketball Postgame Show, sponsored by Western Home Communities. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the postgame show here from Cedar Rapids Prairie High School, sponsored by Western Home Communities. As the Tigers lose a close one, it was quite the comeback effort to get back into the game late, as Trey Campbell led the way with his team high and actually game high 24 points. But it wasn't enough to beat a balanced scoring effort from the Prairie Hawks. 16 for Ward, 14 for Wagamester, 13 for Walter, and 12 for Gabe Burkle were too much for the Tigers to come back from in that fourth quarter. So before we sign off here, I'll give one more shout out to all our great sponsors that help make this broadcast possible. L&M Transmission, Anderson Collision, Bo Jorgensen at Farm Bureau, First Bank, Brad Jacobson State Farm Insurance, Western Home Communities, Tubbs R Us, Cedar Falls Community Credit Union, Knutson Chiropractic, City Builders, Cedar Falls Utilities, Blue Line Moving and Storage, and Financial Architects. So a huge thank you to those that make this broadcast possible. Make sure you're supporting those that support your local station here on Cruisin KCFI. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for choosing to make me a part of your evening. Appreciate everybody listening in to my coverage of Cedar Falls boys basketball. Dave Finnegan, regular voice of the Cedar Falls Tigers, will be back on the call this coming Friday. But I've very much appreciated being able to be here and hope everyone's able to appreciate listening to me here tonight. So, ladies and gentlemen, one more time, our final score from Cedar Rapids. Cedar Rapids Prairie 64, Cedar Falls 56. For my producer, Ben Neeson, and all the great folks over at Cruisin KCFI, I'm David Warrington saying good night from Cedar Rapids.